obviously, man, I couldn't be happier for our football team. We've had some tight games, whether it was out at Oklahoma State, at North Carolina, where we felt we could win it. We went into the week talking we were going to shock the world, and we talked about the upsets that really happened this week, and our kids believed in. They fight back through adversity. Told them there's going to be ups and downs, and so many plays. I mean, how do you even pinpoint what play was it? Offense moved the ball up and down the field all day long, scored a lot of points. Defense gets 3 interceptions. They get a big 3rd and short stop, 4th and short stop. You talk about, that'll go down in history as one of the greatest 4th down stops ever. Really, you think about it, when you knock off the number 2 team in the country, and do it in that fashion, that way. The field goal by blew it. I mean, the drive down there, it's just an unbelievable thing. Again, I couldn't be happier for our kids. They are the ones that made the plays. As coaches, we didn't make a darn play out there today. They made the plays. They hung in there, and I love those guys. It's an unbelievable football team. So I guess I'll open it up for questions.
I think this confirms everything you knew about this team. Everybody saw all the passing where you're allowed, the close losses. I mean, they see 5 and 4, but you said it. You're only a couple plays.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Dabo said before the game, and again, let's I want to give them credit. That's a great football team. You look out there, they got some guys. It's a good football team, really, really good football team. Let's not forget they played in the national championship last year, and to come in here in the ACC and do that and become bowl eligible, beating Clemson. Like I said, our kids, it's a tribute to our kids, our coaches. For keeping our kids believing, and regardless of what happened, our kids didn't look back and they believed. So.
Could you discuss the final drive that led to the winning field goal? You guys moved the ball.
Yeah, the first play, I believe, Nathan Peterman scrambles. We don't get a first down. I call a timeout, and then the guys were saying, it's a first down, don't call a timeout. I'm like, oh, I thought I made a mistake, but I thought he was short. We called a timeout, which was good. We had 1 left, and Nathan Peterman made plays. I think it was Scott Orndorff had the big catch. it's kind of a blur, but we had to get into field goal range, and we thought the 35, which I think we had it on the 35 before the half, and hits, and didn't go so well. But I think we got down to the 30, got 5 yards closer, which is always a big deal. And with a minute 2 to go, I don't think there was one person on that sideline that thought we weren't going to win this game. It was total belief, because that's what we had talked about all week. The only thing we talked about that didn't happen is we wanted to end it in a victory formation. And our kids had practiced every day after practice, our offensive, really kneeling it down. So that's the only thing that didn't come true. But I don't think it could have come any better than that.
Your defense played better in the second half, Pat. What was the difference?
Just settling down. They got some receivers. That Williams guy, what a football player. You talk about going up and getting the ball, I'm glad he's going. We don't get to play him for another 6 years, 7 years. But our guys made some plays. We played off a little bit, let him dink us. You talk about Salim Brightwell's interception. I didn't know the guy was that fast. You look at redshirt freshman running down the field like he did. But the defense played better. And again, there's some good offenses in this ACC conference. Let me tell. The conference is unbelievable. The quarterbacks, the receivers. But our guys hung in there.
What was your confidence level in Blewett when you sent him out there?
You know what? He's been a money kicker now. Is he money in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter? I don't know. But when it comes down to a game winner, I knelt down with the guys there, said a prayer, and I had no doubt it was going to go through. It was destiny.
Orndorff was obviously a huge part of the offense tonight. Is that something you saw that you could take advantage of?
Scott's, no, I don't think it was anything advantage, Lance. He's a huge part of the offense every week, and we distribute the ball where it belongs, and that's the thing. It's not like, hey, we got to get 83 the ball. It's is it there? And I think it's just Nathan Peterman reading what he's supposed to read, and distributing the ball where it belongs.
Anything final? What can you do for an encore, coach?
Well, we got a big game this weekend, and coming up, and Duke's on the clock. There's no encore. I can't dance. The guys are trying to get me to dance. I can't dance, so we're just going to try to coach football games.
Okay.
You know what? It won't be a problem with these guys. We're going to play a good Duke team. Had a chance to watch them Thursday night, but our guys have fought in every game this year. They have never quit. They'll show up. We've had 2 tough losses to a very good Virginia Tech team and a very athletic Miami team, and And then, I mean, those are 3 tough games we had in a row, and to come out of those 2, and then, you know, we finished with Duke and Syracuse at home. So, you know, I don't think we'll have any problems, you know, keeping the guys grounded.
How's Jordan?
Jordan's not as good as we want him to be. Okay.
Probably defensive line. What were your thoughts on how they played? It seemed like they were starting to get more of a push in the second half.
Yeah, I didn't see any push. I mean, I didn't see much 4-man pressure, to be honest with you. But it's who we are right now. But they got enough, you know. And again, they're getting the ball out quick. I mean, he's catching it, throwing a lot of screens, a lot of quick outs. So I mean, they're getting the ball out quick, so you're not going to get much pressure.
Did Delaney make the tackle on the fourth down? You had penetration?
You know what? I think there was 11 guys out there. I don't know who it was, but he came flying from inside out. I know that. You know, I didn't think they'd line up in 2 tight ends and try to run it at us. You know, that's our specialty. I'm just glad they didn't try to throw a quick out. Right? That's when you talk about being tough and stopping the run. You know, and you know, you don't worry about those fades and those passes. I mean, that's where, you know, you win games. And the last 2 games, really, we didn't get off the field on that. Get the ball back to our offense. I mean, that was the, you know, get the ball back. Which I know you guys asked questions last week, like, you know, should you have not have punted it? You know, we trusted our defense to get the ball back to our offense this week. And it's a learned thing. You got to learn how to do those things. And again, we failed last week at Miami when they hit the 55-yard run, but it paid off. You know, we keep stressing, you know, the situations you got to play from, and it paid off.
Anything final for Coach before we go back down for our players?
Hail to Pitt. Have a safe trip home.